It was after he strangled his wife in a fit of rage that he lost all interest in the fishing trade. G'day ladies and gentlemen, this is Assorted Solo Plays, and I am your host, Vasdema. Today we're back with Overhyped Studios' Battle Brothers. Please be aware that this game is still in early access, and so the gameplay may not be indicative of the finished product. Also be aware that I'm playing this on a potato and uploading at 720p, so the footage is not an accurate representation of the graphical fidelity of this game. That said, let's get back to it. Okay, so I left after I had gone through the entire perk tree, and now it is time to get on with the game. So I think we're going to trip along to Gottmund, the nearest village. Right click, left click. Game is still paused. The aftermath. You're alive. You won. The adrenaline fades, and in its wake you can't help but sink back to the ground. It looks like you won't be holding a sword again anytime soon. Gritting your teeth, you snap the arrow's shaft. Your chest heaves for breath, feeling the pain well up in your very lungs. Most of the company lies dead. All those men you've fought with side by side in the shield wall this past year. And Hogarth did justice to his name, running like the weasel that people mock him to be. What now? A voice says from behind. It's Raymar the Hound, who sits down beside you, bedding his bloodied axe on his legs. You turn to him to reply, but before you can answer, he continues. The captain's dead. They slit his throat. He was a good man and a damn good leader, but all it took was one mistake. That makes you the one in charge now, don't it? Hjalmar joins the two of you, still breathing heavily. Let's save the anointments for another day. I figure we give the men a good burial and return to Gottmund to collect our pay. The weasel's men are slain after all, even if the man himself tucked tail and ran. And we ought to see to that arrow sticking out of you before we lose another man. So be it. The return to Gottmund. What a sorry display it must be for the onlookers as you arrive in Gottmund. 4 bloodied and beaten mercenaries down on their luck. The man who hired the company days ago, Adalmar the Younger, no doubt expected you to return in a more glorious fashion. Still, he welcomes you to his house again and offers bread and wine while a servant fetches a healer. Few words are exchanged except for the occasional grunt and wheeze as an elderly man with shaky hands tends your wounds. Finally, Adalmar the Younger breaks the silence. So, how did you fare? A pin knifes through your skin, the first of many stitches to come. You grit your teeth till you think you hear one break. Adalmar the Younger takes on a grave look and quickly hides his face behind a drink of wine. Finding breath, you give answer to his asinine question. We killed all of Hogarth's men, but he managed to elude our blades in the end. The healer waves around a glowing fire poke, suggesting he wants to push it into your wound. You nod, and he does so. For a moment, that's all there is. You're not a man, but a pinch of fire, flesh from flame. As the pain subsides, you come to see that Adalmar the Younger's mood has lightened. So all these men are dead then? Well, that's... I see. A good thing you removed that threat for Gottmund, but that man truly is elusive. We expect to get paid for this. Adalmar the Younger gasps. Well, naturally, I gave my word, didn't I? 100 crowns for every man. So as I see it, that's 400 crowns for the four of you. He gestures towards his servant, who nods and hands him a wooden chest from which to take the pay. I wonder, may I make use of your services one more time? I'd very much like to see the end of the headache that is Hogarth the Weasel once and for all. And I would pay you again, of course. Another 400 crowns, shall we say? Raymar the Hound scoffs and turns to drink more wine, but Hjalmar stands to speak. Yes, the company is in ruin, but we can rebuild it. You know Raymar the Hound, he'd drink the crowns away and end up begging on the streets. And Alfgeir wouldn't fare any better, chasing the women folk until one stove his rotted head in. We need the Battle Brothers, it's all we have. What say you, Captain? Raymar the Hound burps and raises his cup to you. Alfgeir playfully thumbs his nose and nods. You're their captain now, and your men look to you for leadership. Yes, we have unfinished business with Hogarth. Adelmar the Younger Adelmar the Younger claps his hands in satisfaction. Very good, excellent. I'll need some time to find out where Hogarth is hiding his hide now. In the meantime, I suggest you see about stocking up on supplies, that you'll be good and ready to end this when the time comes. I shall see you in a few days' time at the latest. As you leave the comforts of Adelmar the Younger's house and stand on the outskirts of Gottmund again, Hjalmar seeks a word with you. What it is we need is more men, Captain. I know I gave a big speech back there, but we ain't nothing without more warm bodies in the ranks. We should hire at least 3 more sword hands, buy them some decent weapons, and dress them in the best armour we can afford. The man pauses to glance around. I bet this Bodunk town's got a desperate peasant or two looking for a new life. Or we could travel to Helsted in the northeast. Them city folk aren't always as hardy as these country bumpkins, but we're more likely to find men with fighting experience stopping to rest there, and they'll sell better weapons too. That's what we shall do. Okay. It was a right click. So, Gottmund has a marketplace, a harbour, where I can book passage for other places. Let's just have a quick look at that. Ah, sweet. 4 places I can travel to. And let's hire some men. What do we got? Espen. A very intelligent man until a bandit knocked him over the head. Espen was forced onto the streets, spending what little coin he had to drink the days away. While he seems earnest in becoming a mercenary, there is little doubt that all his time on the street have robbed Espen of his best years. So, can you find out their traits? Oh, yep, you just mouse over the symbol at the top. Background beggar. Lower bravery, lower hit points, lower max fatigue. Okay, I think I'll pass on you. Adalbert. Adalbert did not have the business acumen to protect his inheritance from debtors, lawmen, and other maleficent men. Now he wanders with the last of his crowns jangling in his pocket. But when he came to a literal fork in the road, the man realised he hadn't eaten in some time. His stomach demanded a change in scenery and diet. Through his travels, his only weapon was his walking stick. Let's see how he does with something a smidge sharper. So Adalbert is a vagabond, and that nets him the higher max fatigue trait. That's... okay, you're getting a hide, since you're not completely hopeless. Ernst. Ernst was a strong and able fisherman. As long as there was no storm, he was out there, fishing, day in and out. But disaster struck when his wife died during childbirth, shattering all what he held dear. Visiting the tavern one evening, a new opportunity presented itself with the promise of coin for dangerous work. Background, fisherman, no bonuses or penalties for the trait. Which means I will hire you, Ernst. Arnulf. Arnulf loved the sea and the serenity of fishing alone on the water. As long as there was no storm, he was out there, fishing, day in and out. It was after he strangled his wife in a fit of rage that he lost all interest in the fishing trade. Visiting the tavern one evening, a new opportunity presented itself with the promise of coin for dangerous work. So we got one guy who lost his wife to childbirth, and that ruined his life, and this guy murdered his wife. What a pair. And nevertheless, I'm still hiring him because he's better than Espen. So we've picked ourselves up 3 new mercenaries. Let's go to the marketplace, and first, let's see what they're like. So Adalbert comes with his trusty vagabond stick, which has 2 different attacks: bash, 4 AP, just simple attack, and knockout, which costs a lot more fatigue, but inflicts extra fatigue, and actually, bash does more damage. Okay. Oh, 75% chance to stun. Damn. How did I miss that? Like 4 times of going back and forward. Doesn't matter. Ooh. He's got an extra trait bonus. Double grip. When he's got his second hand free, he inflicts plus 25% damage. Okay, Dastard. This character will turn tail on the first possible occasion. Will start combat at wavering morale. Oh, God. Okay. Well, let's not give him our best weapons then, because that could end up a disaster. Let's have a quick look at Ernst. He's not equipped with anything except a net. Okay. Can root a target in place and reduce their defences. It's a single-use item. Okay, let's take that and stick it in the stash. I can't imagine keeping that. What's the armour like on these guys? A linen tunic and a hat. Well, this guy's got a sackcloth. Damn, you got ashes on as well, mate? Poor Ernst. Oh, no hat at all. And he's got a hood and tattered sackcloth. Oh, God. Poor Adalbert. Okay. Well, we're going to have to buy some stuff for these guys then. Okay, so our grains will spoil in 6 days. But we've only got provisions for 3 days at the moment. So, let's buy more food. Okay, so now we've got enough food for 5 days. Excellent. Okay, so we only need 1 tool and supplies and 4 hours to repair all our stuff that is currently damaged. Thick tunic, but it's already damaged. Let's get it anyway. And we need 2 hats, so we need another Does it work out cheaper to get the tools and fix it ourselves? Oh no, that's ammunition. Those tools. 25. It's 24 per tool. Still probably cheaper. Okay, so we will put, what's this guy got? He's already got a thick tunic, so we'll put, okay, which one was not the psycho murderer? Yeah, this guy strangled his wife, so I don't really care if he dies horribly or not. This guy, on the other hand, we'll give the damaged thick tunic to. Adalbert, you can get the linen tunic, and Arnulf, you've already got a linen tunic, not that I care whether you die horribly or not. Okay, Remar the Hound, you can have a straw hat. Enjoy, better than a hanky on the head. And I'll give the hood to Ernst. Okay, do I really want 2 axemen? What sort of weapons have we got? Okay, in town at the moment. Oh, is that a trident? Oh, it's a pitchfork. Oh, it's a polearm. I think I wouldn't mind a polearm for my guys. So let's take that. And let's take a spear. Is this shield? Okay, this shield's better than the other type. And I'll take a bludgeon to replace Adalbert's stick. There we go. Awesome. And Ernst. Ernst I want to keep alive. So Ernst, yep. 2-handed polearm. And Arnulf, you can become a spearman. Oh, actually, give the good shield to this guy. And give the smaller shield to the wife murderer. Because, to be honest, we don't care if he lives or dies. Okay. Okay, it's time to head off to Hellstead. Here we are at Arnstead. Ooh, more people to buy. Sorry, hire. We've got a monk with higher bravery and lower max fatigue. Day tailor. Working here and there, Baldwin is known as a day tailor. Someone to ask whenever an extra hand is needed. Baldwin considered the fighting profession one that doesn't run out of work these days, so a travelling mercenary company seemed a good opportunity to stay with for a while. Okay, fair enough. He's an odd jobs guy. Torhelm the Bull, this monk. Torhelm, a quiet monk, has spent untold days worshipping the gods in Assenstad's monastery, but his faith was irreversibly damaged as a hellacious attack by raiders left men castrated, women raped, and children skewered on spits. Perhaps never really content with his life, it's difficult to entirely know why someone like Torhelm would join a band of mercenaries. Well, that was a bit of a downer, wasn't it? Sigurd. is a tailor. Tailoring is the science of colours and fabrics, by which standard Sigurd is renowned. He once choked out a would-be thief with the cord of measuring wire. So he says, anyway. Now the tailor looks for a new life, no matter where it takes him. A tailor seems ill fit for combat, yet for some reason you find the finest soldiers in the strangest of places. Ulbrich is a butcher. Ulbrich has spent years squishing guts out of dead rabbits and lopping heads off sometimes dead fish. Living in a city under siege, he provided meat for the hungry. When it was found out where that meat came from, he was handed over to the besiegers who, unwittingly, let him live. Ulbricht's a butcher, but apparently has little interest in actually feeding the outfit. And after hearing that, I don't think I'd want him feeding our little troop anyway. Burkhard is a peddler, which grants him higher range defense and lower melee skill. The butcher was higher bravery, tailor, no bonuses or penalties, same with the day tailor, and yeah, the monk was higher bravery, lower max fatigue. So Burkhard, not a man of the trades, but instead of trade itself, Burkhard is a mere peddler. He'll try to sell off a rusty bucket for a helm once worn by kings. This man will sell anything. He supposedly handed out coupons for his services, whatever those are. He's chippy though, and any outfit these days could use a warm body no matter its real value. Okay. Well, who are we going to hire? We've still got 6 slots. There's 5 guys here. We're already paying out 50 crowns a day. So, to go for the cheap guys. I really don't like the sound of that butcher, to be honest. He sort of makes me queasy in the stomach. So I think I'll hire Burkhard, Sigurd, and Torhelm the Bull. Okay. Let's just check what they've got. Tunic, and his monk's robe, which is the same armor value as the tunic. So this guy's got a dagger, and the other 2 have no weapons at all. Okay, let's check their traits. He's just got the basic peddler trait. He's got the tailor and bright, so plus 10% experience gain. Not bad. While the monk has got tough, plus 10 hit points, but he's also an asthmatic. Okay, that sucks a bit. So, okay, polearm guy, 2 spearmen. I'd like more spearmen for the shield wall and maybe another guy with a polearm behind the spear wall. So let's see if this marketplace has got anything. Oh, we've got another pitchfork. And skirmish sacks, big long knife. It's another shield. Well, I might get this other pitchfork. And damn, did these guys have hats? No, none of them do. Okay, so we need to get these guys some hats as well then. Why did I click on that? I have no idea. Anybody watching? Oh, I'm sorry. You have my condolences. Okay, so the monk will be a polearm guy. Oh, actually, no, let's keep alive the guy whose experience goes up quicker. Where did my pitchfork go? Oops. What is it? Is it control right click? There we go. There we go. And you get the other hat. And what I really want is shields and spears for these guys. So let's just see, there was one shield here. Yep, wooden shield. One of the bigger wooden shields, in fact. So I'll get that while I'm here. And then let's trip off to Hellistead, which here it is up here. Let's hope we don't run into anybody hostile along the way, because two of my guys don't have proper weapons. Along the way, as the silhouette of Hellistead appears on the horizon, Alfgeir seeks a word with you. Never been to Hellistead before myself, but I've been around. These big cities are expensive, much more so than Gottmund and other villages like it. But the merchants have everything we need: weapons, armour, food. If there's a smithy in Hellistead, it's worth a visit too. Will be expensive for sure, but they'll sell real weapons made for war and not just farming tools. We could also browse the wares on the marketplace, of course. There's a few bargains to be made, but they'll also try to sell us stuff that'll break apart if you so much as sneeze on it. Don't get swindled by them cutthroat merchants, Captain. Raymar the Hound sees fit to add his own opinion of what you should do. If there's a good tavern, I say that's where we head first. Pay around from the company's coffers to get us all drunk for the night and raise our spirits. Gods know we earned it. Alfgeir shakes his head. You say that every time we step into town, even when we ain't done anything. So I'll keep that in mind. Here we are at Hellistead. And Hellistead's got lots of extra stuff. Here's the tavern. What's this? A weaponsmith. A lot more people for hire, apparently. Marketplace. And a veterans hall. Not available in early access yet. And is this? Yep, it's a temple. And yep, it hasn't been programmed in yet either. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the weaponsmith, and oh my gods, will you look at the prices on some of this stuff. Yep, I think we'll be going with the junk for the moment. So, we need, what was it, 2 spears? Ooh, look at this. Boar spear. I don't think we're quite there yet. So, let's get 2 spears. And equip them on Burkhard and Torhelm. And that's one of the better shields. Damn, I missed that. Double grip. Oh, that's not actually a trait. Anybody gets that if they don't have a shield. Oh, well, now I feel like a deal for not knowing that. Okay. So, I need 2 more shields then. Do I get good shields? Yeah, might as well. Might as well. So, who do I take the crap shield and give it to Adalbert? I don't know. Hell, I could turn him into another X-Man. No, I'll leave the crap shield on the Strangler. Stuff him. He can die horribly. There we go. Now we got 2 guys with pole arms, 4 spearmen, an axeman, a guy with a club, and a bowman. Excellent. Excellent. Now, let's go to the tavern and see if we can... Yes, we can actually get pissed here. 55 coins to get everybody's spirits up with spirits. Awesome. 3 guys are in good spirit and 1 of them is drunk. And if I'm ever visiting the tavern in Gottman, make sure to try their roasted goat. You'll never eat that good elsewhere. I don't remember there being a tavern in Gottman, to be honest. So, speaking of Gottman, it is time to return. Unfinished business. Adalmar the Younger awaits you impatiently, pacing back and forth as you put down your bags and muddy boots. Finally, you're here. I have good news. We got hold of one of Hoggart's former men. The healer who damn near killed you with the fire poke is standing nearby. He's picking chunks of dried blood out of his fingernails. Adalmar the Younger laughs. We had a nice little talk with the man, and now I know where Hoggart's licking his wounds. I'm eager to rid myself of him once and for all. You give him a waiting look, and then ask, well, where is he? Adalmar the Younger straightens up, as though the excitement had lost him a fair bit of composure. Oh, right, he's hiding out in some small hut on the plains to the southwest of here. I'll mark it on your map. Apparently, he managed to gather more men in the short time since your battle. I suspect he knows the Battle Brothers is hot on his heels like a bunch of bloodhounds. Good luck. We'll return with his head. Okay. Well, I might actually leave it there. Hoggart's down here. And I hope you enjoyed that. And as always, I'm your host, Vasdema. Please like, comment and subscribe below. Have a good one.